So then who would you say your like top 3 to 5 favorite bands, country bands or artists of all time are that have influenced you?
I mean, like I said, I listen to everything. So I can't just um I can't pinpoint it to just country.
Okay,
Like
let's
like
open it up then.
so let's start with the country. Turnpike Troubadours is uh, I
Okay.
and I think maybe because I was definitely like I didn't get the chance to ever see them live. Every time I bought tickets to their concert, it was during the time that they were breaking up. So every time I bought a ticket, I would see that they were going to be somewhere. I would buy their ticket and they would cancel the show. It happened like 3 or 4 times. So I think I was starved of being able to see them live. So it just hurts every time I hear it. The Cure. So The
The
Cure is
Cure.
Yes, The Cure is one of my favorite bands of all time. I have seen them live.
Yeah.
And it was beautiful and I cried. I was in
Nice.
the very front. It was ACL, I think in 2015, if I'm not mistaken, in Austin. I got to see them live. I'm very happy that happened because they're not from here.
Yeah.
Like they're in Texas of all places. So I got to see them. Amy Winehouse. I never got to see her. And she is
Yeah.
one of my all-time favorites. Um, Influenced me in a way that I think other bands haven't.
Hmm.
She was, and her story, I don't know if you've ever seen her documentary on Netflix, but her story is actually really sad. And it's it points out that even when people are calling out for help, people ignore them. She was ignored so much, and she called out for help through her music. That was her way of calling out for help. And
Yeah.
when she passed, everybody was in shock. And I'm like, how can you be in shock when this person was obviously calling out for help so bluntly? So you can see it even when you watch the documentary, you can see it all over her face. You can see it on her body. You can see it because she had an eating disorder. You can see it. You can hear it in her music. You can hear her pain. And yet when she passed away, everybody was completely in shock. I don't know.
Yeah.
But she influenced me in a way that she wasn't afraid to be who she was in front of
Yeah.
everybody, in front of all these stages. And artists try to, like, they're like Play-Doh. They transform themselves to be something that everybody wants them to be. I feel like when you fall into that stardom, you want to be who you want to be able to get the listens and the money and all that stuff, and so you become somebody that you're not. And I think Amy Winehouse is a perfect example of being your authentic self. And people give her so much negative, they see her as like a negative person, or not negative, but they talk badly about her because she was addicted to drugs, she was blah blah blah, like all this stuff. And but at the same time, when you watch her documentary, you see that the reason why she did this was because she was not okay, and she was trying to call out for help, and she was, I don't know, I think she was her most authentic self. And I see that in a lot of artists, but for her, I think I saw it the
Yeah.
most.
So you would consider her a true artist, because
For
true
sure.
artists are just expressing themselves. They're not really worried about the outside. All it is like shining, giving the world, sharing what you have inside of you. And
For
so that
sure.
authenticity comes across very genuine, right?
For sure. And you can even see it in her looks. She wasn't trying to look like anybody else in the music scene during that time. You see her and you
Yeah.
see like 1950s style that she was wearing, like her little shoes and stuff. And then you realize that she was in the 2000s. She was
Yeah.
not, in that time, or early 90s. And her voice was so powerful and different from others and very unique. So I don't know. I really see her as somebody that influenced me a lot.
So when you go see live music, what are you wearing and what are other people wearing?
A lot of turquoise. I like to wear graphic tees or like Wrangler. Right now, the big I guess the hype is you go to a thrift store or you raid your dad's closet or you raid your boyfriend's closet or whatever of any like Wrangler pearl snap button up, like anything like that.
So
And
this is
you
like a jacket type of thing?
not a yeah, you kind of wear it as a cover up or you can turn
Okay.
it into a dress. There's like a lot of Western influencers that are now uh wearing a lot of men's like Wrangler, even their pants. I have a bunch of Wrangler pants that I get from the Goodwill and they're all men's. It's just a style right now. And obviously boots. You cannot go to a country concert without boots. Although there are some bands that you totally can. Like
How
Pebbles
many
and
how many how many cowboy boots do you own? Pairs.
I'm in my lifetime, I mean, I've owned a lot. I do kind of get sad because I have gotten rid of some and then I kind of regret it. I'm like, I shouldn't have really I had a pair of ostrich. Ostrich is not allowed in the US, but I bought them in Mexico. Yeah, it's not allowed. I bought them in Mexico and my grandpa bought them for me too, and I should have kept them. But I have so many pairs of boots. That's just my thing. I don't even I'm pretty sure I have like 18 or 19.
Whoa.
Yeah, pairs of boots. And that's not including, I also have my snow boots, my duck boots, my rain boots, because I used to live on a ranch and my mom used to call me to go do yard work and I wasn't
Yeah.
going to wear my nice boots, so I would always wear my rain boots. But I feel like every time I go to some Western store or boot store, I want to buy a pair. That's where my money goes, honestly.
Yeah, you look very on social media, it looks like you put thought into all your outfits that you wear out to these shows.
I do.
Yeah.
I put that into my outfits that I wear all the time. And I think that's why I post them. And people are always like, "Oh, you always post your outfits." I'm like, "You have no idea. I planned my 4th of July outfit like 3 months ago." So
You're
so
yeah, you have kind of some distinct style. And I enjoy it because it's different than what I see women wear in Chicago or Wisconsin. It's interesting.
yeah,
What people
no,
wear is interesting to me.
yeah, it is very different here for sure. And if you can thrift it and you can buy it for like $2, kudos to you, like even better. I bought these earrings.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about these.
They're dream catchers. I bought them at a Halloween store for
Mm.
like $10, but I was like, they're so cute. I just need them. So I mean, I go to like the Helotes, which is Helotes. Everybody corrects me, whatever. Helotes, which is Elotes,
Okay.
is really close by here, and they usually have a market on Saturdays on the first of the first weekend of that month, and they have a lot of things, a lot of leather goods, a lot of rings and stuff like that. So I usually go and I see what they have, and I bought like a couple of rings that I have there, but mainly like turquoise stuff and cowboy hats, and it's very it's very honky, very Western. I do follow a lot of Western influencers. I
That's the
most
first time I've like heard that phrase together, Western influencers.
there's
It's
a
just
lot
it's
of them.
interesting to me. Yeah.
There's a lot of them. It's like a big group of women who are coming together and they're just shining light on um you know that Texas style of wear, and it's great. And actually I'm lying. There's women in Arizona, there's women that I follow that are from different places. It's not just Texas, but a lot of them are from Texas, but I mean, it can happen. I have friends in California who just, they embody that Western.
Yeah.
Obviously, I have family in California. They have a ranch, they have horses, they
Yeah.
wear their boots when they, I feel like it's relatable in all areas of the
Yeah.
United States.
Well, it's very like American in a
Yeah.
way, right?
Yeah, for sure.